yourself, senior, checking in. It's Wednesday, Blue Plate Special Day. Today I'm going to try to make a fish stew, somewhere between a chowder and a stew. And the reason I'm calling it a stew, it's going to have some vegetables in it, and I'm also going to thicken it a little bit to give it some body, so it's not just a runny liquid. So I will call off the ingredients that go in here of importance. I'm going to put in 1/4 teaspoon of ground thyme, 1/4 teaspoon of Old Bay, 1 tablespoon of parsley flakes, a 1/2 teaspoon of pepper, and 1/2 teaspoon of accent is going to go in. And I will be adding that as I'm just about finished sauteing the onions and the goodies that start this project up. So what I'm going to be doing is putting 1/4 cup, or excuse me, 1/2 cup of bacon in there. Now that's bacon that I had already pre-cooked, but I did not overcook it. And I diced it up and I'm putting it in here. I'm also going to take some butter to go into that. And that's an eyeball thing with me, but I would say it'll probably be about that much. That's 2 tablespoons maybe or so, the most. Okay, and we're gonna hit burner in the front on to get that started. Okay, when that gets melted down, I will be adding the onions, some celery to that. And then when that's, I'm not going to caramelize the onions. I just want to get them nice and translucent, start to kick some of the sugars out of them. And when that looks good, we're going to start adding some liquid to that. And I'm going to add some, this is probably 1.25 cups by the looks of it. It's a 1 cup measure, but it's going to round it over. We got some peas and carrots in there. And there are 4 cups of potatoes going in there. The fish is still in the fridge. It's all diced up and ready to go, and that's 1.5 pounds of haddock. Towards the end of this, we'll be adding some evaporated milk, and I'll be using chicken stock with this. And the burner's getting ready to go here, so I will be checking out for a few minutes while this gets rocking and rolling here, as that butter is almost done. So I will be checking back in just a bit. All right, I've been sauteing these for close to 10 minutes here, and they're giving off a nice aroma. And give you a little peek what we have going. Bacon stays right in there. The bacon fat gets blended in with the butter. And I'm just at the point now where I am going to sprinkle in the seasonings that I use and mix them right in with the onions and the celery and the bacon. Wow, if you think it smelled good before, Lloyd, it really smells good now. Oh, the seasonings are giving off a little bit of a nice aroma here, and I'm just about to put some liquid in here pretty quick. And the veggies. Alright, oh my gosh, that smells good. Hopefully the end product is going to be good. Coming along nicely here so far. All right, I'd say the onions are reached a good point here. I'm going to add the peas. These are frozen peas and carrots that I'm adding to this. And they will have plenty of time to thaw out. Alright. Now I'm going to add the taters. I'll take just a little bit of the water out. Not all of it. So it's just about even with the top. So I'm not really adding much water. I'm going to use a lot more on the stock, chicken stock here. Okay. Don't look like too much right now, but hopefully before the show's over here, we'll have something. Now I'm going to add more stock. Bring the temperature up, get this up to a boil. Alrighty. Everybody covered almost. There, that's better. Alright. So I will turn off the camera and I'll be back when things are ready to move on this little project. So we're bringing her up to a boil and I'm going to drop it down to a simmer. And then when it's time, we'll put the fish in and finish the job. Check it out. Well, I'm back. It is about 10:52 in the morning. I've moved the chowder back to the back burner and have it down to a simmer. We're going to let it go for a while. I'll continue checking it to see when the potatoes are cooked so I don't overcook it, and then it'll be pretty much time to finish this project off. As an aside, I added 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, and we'll let you know how that works out on the tail end of this, if you notice it or don't notice it. And so I'm going to be turning off the camera for a while this is simmering, and when I come back on, we'll finish this. It'll be pretty close to lunchtime to add the last of the ingredients on this. By the way, I'm going to thicken that, and I'll be using cornstarch. I have the cornstarch in here. I will be adding some water to it, mixing it up, and then slowly adding it to get the consistency, hopefully, that I want. I don't want it like a watery chowder. I want it to be more of a creamed sort of a finish. So, oh, I do so seeing you checking out. Oh, yes, before I do, if you got this far in the video, would you please hit the like button and tell your friends, and hopefully they'll do the same. There's a lot of stuff on my channel. You just go look at the playlist on there. There should be enough to keep almost everybody happy, hopefully. Oh, I do so see you checking out. We'll be back. I'm back. This has been simmering on the back burner. I brought it to the front burner because it's going to be adding the fish to it right now. I add a little bit more salt, a little bit more Old Bay, and some more pepper to it to season it up. Like I said, I don't like to put too much in to start with. And there is our 1.5 pounds of fish, which I just made a mess here. I'm going to bring the temperature back up to this, mix it in, bring it back down to a simmer, and then I will be finishing off adding the evaporated milk and the cornstarch to thicken it up. So I'm going to bring the front burner back into action here, and I'll be turning the camera off, and I'll keep you posted. We're getting in the home stretch. I'm back. All the fish is cooked. It came up to a boil. I'm going to go turn the heat way down. I'm going to add some evaporated milk at this time. And then, if all goes well, I will be thickening this up. If I need more liquid to it, I can always add a little bit more liquid. Right now we have 1 can of evaporated milk in there. I'm going to let that. I've already prepared my cornstarch. Put a little bit of water in there and give it a good shake up. I'm going to start adding it carefully here. I don't want to turn this to too thick, but I do want to thicken it up a little bit. to, I can always add more, but I don't want to get it too thick. All right. We will use the big scooper duper here to check the consistency. All right, I want it a little bit stiffer than that. So we'll put a little bit more in here. There are 4 tablespoons, by the way, that's of cornstarch. I'm going to see where we end up, and if I need to, we'll just add another one. I think we're going to be pretty much where I want to be here. It depends. I'm going to check it out. I may want to add more evaporated milk, or I may just add regular milk. I'm going to give it a sample here shortly. See what we got. One more thickness check. I think I'd like it a little bit more, but I'm going to let it set just in case it thickens a little bit and surprises me. All right. Let's see if I can't sneak in there and burn myself. Not half bad. All right. Checking the consistency here. We might just about have it. Could possibly go one more tablespoon. It doesn't take long to thicken up, so that gives me a good idea what I have and if I want to add a little bit more. I'm going for a little bit more. Turn the camera off for a minute while I mix that up. Okay, I'm back. I'll give this one more check before I add some more. Make sure it hasn't thickened so much that I wasn't looking. But I think we can add a little bit more. I've got 1 tablespoon more of cornstarch in here. I'll use half of it and we'll go from there. Dipperdo. I'd say that I'm not going to press my luck. I think this is just about going to do the trick right here. So we'll say we used 5. I've used about 5 tablespoons of cornstarch in here with water and then added it to thicken. So we are at 11:34. This is going to simmer for a while. And bring you back on when it's time to serve. So what I do so, see you checking out. I'm cleaning up a mess. Well, now comes the moment of reckoning, folks. I'm going to see what we have here. All right. It has some consistency. It's thicker than a normal chowder, so I think this is what I wanted. So here we go. Bowl number 1. Look at all them goodies in there, and there's plenty of fish, I hope. I don't want nobody getting cheated, you know. All right, here's bowl number one. I'm gonna send that along its way. I'll turn the camera off when we get to bowl number 2 and 3. And oh, also, before I forget, I made some croutons. If I can open the cover today, and that I make in the microwave. If you check out my YouTube channel, you'll find how to do them in the microwave. It's probably the easiest thing you can do. All right, we had lunch. Believe it or not, I filled up 4 Tupperware bowls, small ones. If I have another one left. They were about this size. This isn't the one, but to head out. So each one of them took a couple home with them. Everybody liked the soup, the chowder. And if you want to make it sometime, I think you will truly enjoy it. And you will have plenty left over for seconds or putting in the freezer. So, I do start seeing you checking out. And hope you enjoy the recipe.